Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Minecraft Sky Factory. As you can tell by our map in the upper right, we got our grass grown just a little bit that we put out last time. So if we go over here and look how magical it looks. It's all sparkly and whatnot, you know. I know it's like a minor thing, but you know what? If you're going to do something right. Now, you may have noticed, as I was running back, that we have a downstairs to this. That is for something that we will be doing later. Not too much later, though. And as you can see, this here has all the nice golden grass. And I was correct in that this kind of grass doesn't spawn creatures. So the only things over here are the wolves that I took out of there, hoping to spawn more sheep. Which has not worked for me. I have 0 more sheep in there. Do I have a net on me? I don't. And that wolf is. Alright. So, as you may have seen when I started as well, I have made my signs again for what we're going to do this part. Hopefully, I actually put down enough for it. I actually have a little bit more than what's on these signs. But, you know, whatever. Okay, so first things first is the elevator. Which all I need is the ender pearl and the blocks of wool. So there's a couple different ways to make teleportation type things on here. One of them is the elevator that we're going to make. And I'll get to that in a minute. But the other one is a block. I don't remember what it's called. I used it on my other world. But you stand on it, and it will light up all the other blocks like it that you have placed. And you just point at the one that you want to go to and jump, and you teleport to it. It's really neat. It's really handy for, like, X, Z movement, but not so much Y movement. And then there's elevators, which only let you go up and down, and they're super easy. All it is an ender pearl and a block of wool. The color of wool you use determines the color of elevator you get. And you make it, you place it down, and then as long as you have another block, you just go boop, and you teleport. See, because I have one down here. So this here is the undercarriage of our garden. As you can see, when working on this. It's all stone slabs just so that I didn't have to put torches everywhere down here. So this just prevents it from spawning. The only reason I even have the glowstone in the middle is because it was really fucking dark in the middle. But yeah, I made a few elevators. I made the green one to go there. Because I figured it's the garden. I made stone pillars, which, if you're wondering, is just 3 stone. Oh, yeah. It's just 3 stone like that. As you can see, 3 wood make the oak pillar. I don't know why I decided to do it that way. Just decided. It's like, why not? I need something different than the stone fences. And then I have a little bit... I don't know. And then I have a little bit of an undercarriage built underneath here. I haven't got this one done, and I haven't really done a whole lot. Oh, that it looks really weird under here because a lot of the stuff that's over there, you know, I sunk it into the ground one just because otherwise it would be really tall. Oh, whoops, I don't know where I'm going. So just to check in on some of the other stuff we were doing. The coal coke furnace still going strong. I threw a stack of 64 blocks in there. And the creosote oil's also filling up nicely. Mainly because I don't have anything to use it for. And our mob arm, as you can see on the mini map, red as all hell. And if we look in the crate, look at how much shit we have. I mean, a lot of it is garbage, like all of these bows. We can sort this out later. In fact, we're going to do a little bit of sorting of this later. Just to get the loot bags out of it. There's the one way you can build a trash can in this game, which I have one, as you may have seen. I think I actually used it in the last part over in the chicken farm. Well, in the farm. I guess it's not just chickens over there. That's just mostly what's there. And you can hook up transfer pipes and that to it to get stuff out but the transfer pipes and the filters, like I was using last time, they don't transfer out all of an item. Oh, I got an enchanted piece of armor. Nice. I don't need that. Actually, I don't need any of this stuff. An enchanted bow. Oh, power 1. But like if you, let's say you wanted to pull out all the bows from there, like I do, and throw them in the trash can, right? The regular item filters, like the ones that I know how to use, which is these ones here, the extra utilities ones, they're very precise. So like if you put in a bow that's partially, like, has its durability down, it will only throw away bows with that amount of durability in them. Now, there are the Ender IO ones, item filters, but I don't know how to use them. I'm not going to lie, I didn't try a whole lot. I don't know what that does either. I didn't try really hard to do it because in the end I didn't really care. What are these? Fluid filter? I don't know. Ender, blood magic. But I think that they work differently and work better. So, as you saw, I pulled out a lot of loot bags, because I think I talked about this once before, but never really did it. If you take 4 common, you can make an uncommon. 4 uncommon, make a rare. And 4 rare, make an epic. And I didn't have any other epics in there, but 4 epics, make a legendary loot bag. So we'll throw the epic one back in there for now. What is the floral pink powder? We also have chance cubes, which I may do stuff with later, but apparently it has like a chance to end your world. I don't know exactly what that means, but I know it can fuck with a lot of stuff. So if you want to use chance cubes, you can I would recommend either building another platform purely to do chance cube stuff on, and having it disconnected from everywhere else, and probably rather large based on some of the stuff I've seen it can do. Or you can do like Achievement Hunter does in their videos and go to the Nether to do it. But they have it easier because their Nether had a chunk built out of it, whereas ours does not. So we open up the legendary loot bag, we got a Wither Skull. Not the best item. Like, that doesn't really make a difference. Especially not since I have like the Beheader there, whatever, the cleaver. Doesn't make nearly as much difference as you would think. Okay, so after the elevator, we are going to work on automation. Now, I realized that last time I had Cloches set up and never did it. That's because I kind of moved it to the bottom because I realized that we didn't have one item that we needed, which was Prosperity Shards. Now, Prosperity Shards you need to make a lot of the mystical agriculture stuff. So we will start by, what am I making first? The lava generator, which I'm assuming needs this stuff here. Now I looked around, and one of the things that I have a lot of is lava, right? So there's this thing called the magmatic generator, right? From Extra Utilities. It takes lava, it does it, da-da-da-da-da. So I turned on creative mode and did a bunch of testing with the different stuff. I didn't keep anything from it. I did end up using some of the stuff that I had, but it was like cobblestone. But the magmatic generator does not produce nearly enough power to power very many things. But the lava generator from Simple Generators produces quite a bit. So as you can see, it requires 4 electrum plates, 3 copper ingots, and a block of redstone, and a machine frame. So the electrum plates I just made because we had a bunch of electrum, because I accidentally put shit in the thing that in the smelteries that I shouldn't have. But the machine block, 4 iron, 2 blue dye, and 2 gold. So there you go, we got that. Slap in everything else. There, we now have a lava generator, which is fucking nice. But that isn't good enough. No, first things first, we need this, which is fluid transfer, and we'll need transfer pipes. Now we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with transfer pipes in this part, because we're going to need it to automate to get to prosperity shards. And on top of that, we are going to need it to... Okay, so what I want to do here, right, is I will need to move... Oh, I also need one of the regular transfer nodes, not fluid ones. Forgot about that. I'm just going to keep all of these on me. But yeah, what we need to do is make a bunch of this so that it will go through. As you see, I made another cobblestone generator, because you'd already see me do that, so I didn't feel the need to make it again. But yeah, if we slap that down on that side and that there. Now cobblestone will automatically get pulled from there into the cobblestone generator, which will produce, or into the cobblestone generator, into the crucible, which will produce lava at 20 times the rate because we have that block of uranium underneath it. Now what we need to do is pull the lava from there. What the fuck is it? Oh, it's just filling up. Okay. Into the lava generator. And then as it fills up, it will produce power. As you can see, it can store a fuck ton of power, and it produces so much. Produces 80 redstone flux per tick. What that means? It's like redstone... I think redstone flux. I think that is what it means. I think so. But there's actually, for some reason, some enterprising young asshole who made a mod that is part of this decided that they needed a separate type of energy for it. I don't remember what it's called, though. It does... But anyway, yeah, there's like 2 different types of energy in this mod. For some reason, I don't know why they did it. They were just being pricks. Okay, so we need an auto hammer. So we will need, I think everything up to that block of iron, because I don't think it takes the block. Auto hammer. Yeah, it doesn't take the block. So we'll need this, and we will need this. Okay. So as you saw, there was already an auto hammer there, but I always like to make at least one just to show you guys. So it takes 6 iron ingots, 2 weighted pressure plates, which are just 2 iron ingots next to each other, I believe, and then 1 diamond hammer, and you can get an auto hammer. You can also make an auto compressed hammer, but I'm pretty sure that the compressed hammer only mines compressed stuff, which obviously doesn't work nearly as well. So now, this is the part that really fucks with me all the time, which is I don't know how to place these properly. Because you can't just like place them next to each other and have them sift through it, or have them like move it on. You need to have at least a space in between it or go underneath. But obviously if you go underneath, you can only go underneath for one before you have to go over top, and then you can go underneath again. Now the reason why I don't know exactly how to place these is because obviously I can just place one there, and you can pick these up fairly easily. So there's no worry of like, because like, see, you can just boop, and you get it back. Yeah, I really wish that looked different, or that changed the way it looked. I don't remember how to do that, though. I think my engineer's hammer can like shift the way they're facing. But anyway, so now this is automatically gained. Like, look, it's already full. It consumes 20. See, Fe is the power, is the energy for this one. Which, as far as I know, it's the exact same as RF. It's just registered differently in different things, which means that there's also a couple different kind of so like when I first started trying to do stuff with power, I used these cables, the first and second cable. Doesn't work because it only transfers RF. So any of the stuff like the auto hammers that take FE, which I don't remember what the fuck FE is, these cables couldn't power them, even though it's exactly the same thing. Also, the reason why I have all these extra hammers is you may notice that there are slots in here to put extra hammers in and speed them up. So now, from there, right, if we go... This one will be the one that needs to be underneath. Okay. So we take the... Oh, shit. How far away is this? Okay. It's right there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so if we put this transfer node on there, and then if that's there, then the that's there, which would put the auto hammer there. Yeah. Okay. Place that, and then get it going along here. Boop, like that. There. Now it should be moving. Why isn't it moving? Oh, there it goes. All right, it had to get through all the pipes there. So it is now taking cobblestone and bashing it into gravel automatically. Now you might think that's not very fast, and you would be correct. But if you take food, nope. Oh, damn, I don't know how to speed up the auto hammers then. Maybe that's just the sieves it works on, where if you give them food, it... Yeah, it must just be the auto sieves that you give them food and it speeds them up. I don't know how to speed these up then. I think maybe you can enchant the hammers. I'll look it up, and we'll see next time maybe. Okay, so then the next thing we need is another auto hammer, because if we look up, because all of this is just to get prosperity shards, because that's really the only thing that I can't get anywhere else. So if you look, you need to sieve sand through either diamond or iron, which means we need to get down to sand, which means you need 2 auto hammers. So if we do that and that, it should now, and throw our 2 in there. It should start... Oh, right, but there's no power, right? I forgot. Because, see, now this one is getting power because it's directly next to the lava generator, which is supplying this with more than enough power, and it's still... energy capacity is still going up because it produces that damn much. So if we go back over here... I can't believe I forgot the fucking power. We have all the stuff for the autosieve, but all this stuff here in the middle. So we need power conduit, or energy conduit. I don't remember what it's called. It's from the Ender IO mod, right? And all of their shit is called conduits, which I really wish they hadn't named them all conduit, because I get confused as to what does what. But energy conduit, you have the regular one, which... there we go. It transfers 640 RF, which it says RF, but it just transfers power. So it will also transfer out the FE. And the standard one, which transfers 640, requires 6 conduit binders, 3 conductive iron, and you get 8. And then the next one up, which transfers 5120, same conduit binders and 3 energetic alloys. Or you can make the first one and put it in there with 2 energetic alloys and make the upgrades. I like how they did this, right? Because like a lot of the mods in here, they don't do this, which pisses me off, because all it is wasting a lot of time. Like this one here, it's like, oh, you make the original, you put it in, and then you get the upgraded one, right? Or if you just want to make the upgraded one, they replace that with another energetic alloy. And even if they replaced it with something else, that's nice, right? Like you can skip to the one that you want to make. But like if we go into something, which is why I never really got to it in my other one, like if we go to the Supremium stuff here, which is some of like the best stuff, it gives you flight. I don't know, it has a lot of stuff to it anyway. But anyway, you get to one of these, right? You click on it, and to get a Supremium chest plate, you can use a Supremium chest plate apparently. Oh, because it has charms on it. You need the armor core, right? To get the armor core, you need a nether star, all of this, and a Supremium armor core. To get the Supremium one, you need the Intermedium. To get the Intermedium, you need the Prudentium. To get the Prudentium, you need the Inferium. And then to get the Inferium, you have to make this stuff. Every single piece of armor requires an armor core, and every single tool requires a tool core, which you make the same way. You know, you just go down the ranks, right? Not to mention, every ingot is also made the same way. You have to go down, you have to start at the Inferium and work your way up. And it's just such a pain in the ass, especially once you get like... Because like you can build a thing that automatically spawns and kills the Wither, which drops nether stars, obviously, and it drops a fuck ton of Supremium essence. So it's super fucking annoying to have like a bunch of Supremium and you still have to like go through all the fucking steps up and up and up. It's just such a pain in the ass. So I'm so fucking thankful for whoever made this Ender IO stuff that they let you skip sections. So the one we're going to be making is the Ender on Energy Conduit. We don't really need it. Like, it transfers way more power than we actually probably need. But we can do it because we have Vibrant Alloys, so why not, right? But the main thing is we need 6 Conduit Binders, which means we need Binder Composite, which means we need the clay, the sand, and the gravel that I just brought. Oh, God. I may also be getting a little sick. Because my throat has really been, like, scratchy, itchy the last few days. So we throw that in our Inferium Furnace. It'll work. It'll take a little bit for it because it's only at Inferium because I haven't made the crystal yet. We will probably be upgrading that next time. But while it's doing that, we'll take all this gubbins here out. And we will make an auto sieve, which is the final step to our automation here. If I find something else I need later, I might make more. So you need 2 blocks of iron, 2 iron ingots, which is weird, 4 glass panes, and a sieve. And then you get the auto sieve. Now the hammer is, as you saw, just have little hammers in them, and that's it. That's all you see. The auto sieve, though, okay, so if that goes, then this one can go under, right? I think so. Yeah, I think that'll work. There. So, like, as you see, this one here, it has the Mystic Drew skin. Now, I think we saw that when I had just like the regular mob farm and it opened it up. You saw like all like the people come out with like different Minecraft skins and that. Those are all YouTubers and whatnot. I don't know who all of them are. I know who very few of them are, but I think it uses the same skins in here, and it's just like YouTubers and whatnot that this guy has heard of apparently. But all you do is you stick in the mesh, and then whatever mesh you put in is the mesh that he has. So I actually made another enchanted diamond one. I don't know how much efficiency helps on him, but I figure it can't hurt. So now if we go down here again, we will need these again. Hopefully I made enough of those. Okay, so if that's our auto hammer, then that should be the other one here. Now the reason that this should work is because it's corner ways and it doesn't actually need to come out. So like if this had to like come out and go somewhere, this probably wouldn't work because these transfer pipes don't have a directionality to them as far as I know. So like the fact that it has like the one transfer node there means it's all coming out and going that way. Same with this one. If they connected these two, I don't know what would happen, and I'd rather not find out. So there. Now we have cobblestone running from there to there, which will turn it into gravel. And then the gravel, once we get our, if they're done, our conduit binders, which I made way more of than I guess I couldn't really make less than that, right? So then to make our power, we just need to go boop boop. And then the 3 vibrant alloy in the middle. I guess I got enough then that I can make more of these if I need more. So now the Ender Energy Conduit, I'm going to slap on top of all of these, and all it is just transferring power. And then as you'll see, there, it automatically got everything up and running, and it automatically filled everything up. So as you can see, it's it's actually sifting through stuff. Okay, now he's moving really, there we go, see, and then if I give him corn, he gets a speed boost. He'll work faster. Now, I think there's a way to speed up, and there we already got some prosperity shards and whatnot. Now, I'm just going to let it fill in this, because the prosperity shards are pretty much the only thing we need from him. So I don't, and since he's on, like, the diamond mesh, he's not growing, like, if we hit you on that, does it? Yeah. Diamond mesh, where's sand? This is, oh, oops. Dust, sand, there you go. Yeah, he's only going to produce 5 things anyway, so that's fine. I don't even know what ancient spores are for. But we'll be back for him, or not for him, but with him in a bit, because we will need those prosperity shards to do most of the stuff with our cloches. Oh yeah, and as you may have noticed when we ran through it quickly, I did plan out some stuff. So like, all of these wooden blocks are going to be cloches. And then I rearranged the middle a bit. I realized I didn't have any potatoes or carrots growing. And then I still have a bunch of wheat. I don't need nearly as much wheat, and then I planted sugarcane in the middle. I don't need nearly as much wheat as I did before. Like, the main reason I had all that wheat planted before was because of how much it took just to make one, nest, which I needed a lot of for there. But now that all of our chickens are hatched and whatnot, I don't need it. So we got the lava generator, the auto hammer, the power conduit, and we did some item transferring. So next thing is the cloche, which we will need this stuff on this side for. So I have enough stuff, I do believe, to make 3 cloches, because if we go into it, you'll see you need a lantern, 2 glass, 2 treated wood planks, and an iron mechanical component. Now, if we go into the lantern, though, it requires 2 iron plates, a glowstone, and 2 glass panes, but it makes 3 of them. Whoops. Which is why I got enough stuff for 3 cloches. So if we go into the iron mechanical component, it requires 1 copper ingot and 4 iron in an X. We'll just finish this off to get all 3 of them at once. I wish there was a way to, like, add more. I wonder if, like, hang on, let me check something here. Well, I have it up. If I, like, shift... if you shift click, it just puts all of the... Okay. That's actually really helpful. So then if I shift click, there we go. So lantern, glass, treated wood, and iron mechanical component, and we now have 3 cloches. Now, the thing about the cloches is I'm going to set them up here, and I have no way of powering them right now. I completely spaced on that. I did not make a way to power it, but that will be fine. I'll figure it out later. Okay, so I'm going to stick one here. Boop. So when you place them down, you have a bunch of different things on them. So this one out the front, on the top part here, I do believe is the one that you're supposed to use to pull stuff out. The one, I don't know about the one on the bottom. The ones on the sides are apparently the ones that you're supposed to put in stuff. So if we click on it here, you can see it has a spot for dirt. And if you put dirt in, it actually shows that there's dirt. A spot for seeds to grow. This bar is for water. This bar is for fertilizer, and this is how much fertilizer you have, and this is to place fertilizer in it. Now, fertilizer doesn't work. Like the chicken manure doesn't work. What does work, though, I'm just going to go grab it straight from the chicken, is bone meal. Bone meal works as fertilizer in these. But chicken manure doesn't. And I think that there's a couple other fertilizers that'll work in it from... It might be just from the same mod as the garden cloche, which is from the engineering mod. But I'm not sure. But you want to get your fertilizer in before you put anything in to plant it. Because as soon as you get it watered and powered and running, it will automatically fill up this bar. So if you don't have any fertilizer in there, it will fill up this bar with nothing. Like, it'll fill up with 0 fertilizer. And then you have to wait for the bar to drain before it'll actually take fertilizer out and improve it. Now, the cloches, I have mixed feelings about them on most stuff. Because, like, let's say you put wheat in there, right? It will start to grow wheat. But the cloches don't handle seeds properly. So, like, if we right-click on the wheat, we're guaranteed to get 1 thing of wheat, and then we have a chance to get seeds, right? Now, this is supposed to work the same way, but it treats the seeds like a drop, so you end up with them an insane amount. So as you can see, it has 4 output slots here. And more often than not, you'll end up with 2 output slots, we're going to stick with wheat, and 2 full of seeds. Which sucks. I really wish there was a way to turn off it generating seeds. Especially once you get into some of the mystical agriculture stuff. Like, you just don't need seeds of it. Because once you get, especially in the cloches, most of the stuff, because the cloches will speed up growth as well. Of pretty much anything that's in it. It'll speed up the growth. And you know what? I'm going to take this and do that. Just so that I have it in there just in case. So, because of the way this works, you need dirt in there. You need something, right? You can put in dirt. You can put in gravel if you wanted to. You can put in whatever block you want. And then you put a plant on top of it. And it registers it as growing on that block. So, like, you need dirt to grow something, done, right? But there are specific ones, I can't remember exactly which ones there are, that you can't grow in cloches because they specifically request farmland, which is tilled dirt, which you can't pick up. Like, it doesn't matter what you have, you can't pick it up. You can't even pull it out of, like, a creative mode inventory if you wanted to. And it's super annoying because then you can't grow it in the cloche. Which is why I'm not going to just put cloches. Well, I was going to say put cloches everywhere, but I realized that I have a lot of fucking things down for these things. But the way I'm planning on powering these is with solar panels. And while we might get to making those this part, because this is already, because we're only like halfway through this part. But we do have to go underneath now. Okay, so if we're going underneath, I need the rest of the fucking pipes. I didn't bring the rest of them with me this time. Oh, God. Yeah, I need all that. Okay, so the fluid transfer pipes are weird in that... okay, I need actually, before we go down there... this won't wreck my sugarcane, will it, if I block the water off for a bit? There. I don't think that'll knock down my sugarcane. I just don't think it grows without water next to it, which is fine. Because it doesn't need to grow, it's already maxed out. Now, the reason I did that is because you can't place the transfer nodes, like these here, you can't place them, even though they're fluid transfer, you can't place them on water. So to get them facing the right way, you need a block above them, like that. Now, you might wonder why we're doing that. Well, I mean, we need to get water out. And that's so... Oh, fuck, it did destroy it. Oh, well. Just pick it all up. The sand actually really works well because when you jump on tilled soil, even like the fertilized soil that I have around here, it, obviously it untills it. So if you have like the sand and the sugarcane surrounding it, actually works rather well to, prevent that. Not to mention, sugarcane grows faster on sand, I think. There we go. So as you see, we have like a fuck ton of seeds and that in there as it is, which is why I don't need to grow wheat. But there, now they are ready to go. But now, you saw the one over there take the lava out of the bucket, and that was it, right? It just took lava out of the bucket. If we go into this one, though, you'll see that it is not pulling out water. And that's because it doesn't have... Now, this is different than it used to be. What used to happen is there used to be a thing for it, an upgrade for it called... it was like World Interaction or something. And it just let it pull... Like, if you put it on an item node, it would pull out... Like, if you had like something dropping blocks or placing blocks, it would automatically pull whatever block was directly in front of it out. They changed it now to a mining one, which allows mining of cobblestone and pumping of water. So the way you make it is you need a pickaxe, 4 lapis, and 4 iron just like that. And then you can make it. So as you can see, you can put in a bunch of different mods that increase like the speed that it pulls water out at. Or anything out at and whatnot. And we might get to that at some point. Well, we probably will. I think I looked at it and it was like, you need like the atomic reconstructor or something for it. I don't remember. But as you can see there, it pulls out 1,000 millibuckets of water and a couple of things. So now if we find... Oops. I didn't think that through. Okay, we need to go up. Okay, so here's our cloches. So in the back of the cloches, these black squares, that's where the water goes. So if we shift click so that it places it, there we go. And then bring this down. And then we need to pull the water out of here. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. And just keep it going back, I think. Oh, right, because I was going to put those in the center one because it... hang on. So what I wanted to do just to... Well, I mean, if it's coming from the corner, it should... Ah, fuck it. I don't know. Whatever. Don't care. So if we go boop, 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 boop. And now this here is like the main reason, to me anyway, to build anything underneath your base. A lot of people will like put certain things down here, which I get. But then it's like, why? Then there's other stuff down here that's like that, you know, like I wouldn't put anything down here that you would need to constantly interact with. Like something that's automated, something that like this here, right? Like I use it for piping. That's pretty much all that I ever use it for. I don't really use it for anything else. So, you know, I mean, like I said, I don't know. But as you can see, it's slowly filling these up with water. Now, you might think it's like, well, this is really inefficient because you want it to power a bunch of them. Yes, but like I said, you can put mods on it. Like, you can have other upgrades for it. So if we go... Oh, upgrades. I really don't like how many things have upgrades in this because there's just so many when you type that in. But as you can see, there's speed upgrades, right? That you can put in. And I don't know what that means. I think that, oh, because in the item nodes, when it pulls out like a certain amount of them. So if you put this one in, it will pull out like more at once. But as you can see, you can upgrade speed with the upgrade redstone and gold. And then if you go to the magical one, you get magical apples and enchanted ingots, which requires an enchanter, apparently, which I don't have. And then the ultimate speed upgrade requires drops of evil and evil-infused iron ingots, which I do believe also... Oh, no. Requires nether stars to get the evil-infused ingots, and drops of evil are drops from witherstones. So I might throw in some speed upgrades, which requires a resonator, which I don't have. Which, that's right, that's why I decided that I wasn't going to do the speed upgrades in this part, because that requires all that work. So what I'm going to do in these ones is, and I really like that these work in it, is, where's it, grass, no, canola, no, pumpkins, and melons is going to be the first things that I throw in here. Yeah. Now, obviously, this won't work right now because there's 0 power going to it. But you just throw it in, see, and it automatically took out. So because I have bone meal in, it has a growth modifier of 1.25, which isn't a lot, but it's still more. So we'll throw pumpkins in that one. So once we get power running to them, we should be... Oh, God, I got some lag there. We should be fine. But first things first, we're going to do some dicking around with item filters. So we're going to take all this, and we're going to head over to our mob farm. Because the main thing that you want from mob farms, or the main thing that I've used, pretty much the only thing I've ever used from my mob farm has been the loot bags. And even then, most of the time you don't get anything good for them. But you know what? They're still good to have. So the thing about loot bags is you can compress them, right? So if we make an auto compressor, which I just realized I don't have fucking power for that either. Oh well. But so an auto compressor, does an auto compressor take power? Yes, it does. But you know what doesn't? I do believe there's a thing called compression drawers. That's for backpacks. Damn it. The hell is it called? Oh, okay. Okay, so I type in drawers. Drawer controller, compacting drawer. Is that it? Maybe? Bit drawer. Sure. Hold 16 stacks per drawer. I don't know why they do... Oh, because the... Oh, okay, so you make one and you can make any of the other ones with it. So the compacting drawer holds 16 stacks per drawer. So I think this will work the same way. But I'm not sure. So you know what? And I don't actually have the stuff to do it anyway. So we're just going to make the compressor. And I'll deal with the power consumption later. So to make the auto compressor, it requires 4 crafting tables, 4 iron ingots, and a block of iron. Oops. I really gotta remember to use my fucking crafting table. So there we go. We have that. So if we place that down here. Now, one thing that you gotta do, right? Because as you can see, as soon as you place down the transfer node, it automatically starts pulling stuff out of it. Epic rare. Okay. So the way that these item filters are the only ones I know how to use because they're super easy. You right click, it brings up this grid. Whatever you click on the grid is what it will allow to pass through it. So like there, it will allow the loot bags to go through it, but nothing else. So you take it. It even tells you right there. You slap it on there. Take that out because you didn't want it to go through. And there, now it automatically puts the loot bags in. So you always want to do that before you connect the pipe to it. Otherwise, it's just gonna fuck you. Ugh. Okay. So as you can see, it's like the guys inside are dying so fast that this transfer node can't actually pull the things out fast enough, not to mention it's already stuck at that. So now the other thing that you need to do with the auto compressor, right, is something that I'm gonna do like a really dumb version of right now because I don't have any underground for this to do it. But you want to do something like that so it feeds back into itself. Now the reason you want to do that is because it only pulls from this side and it'll feed it back into that side. So if you do this, like as it compresses the common loot bags, it'll turn them into uncommon ones, which will automatically come out and get fed back into it. And it'll just go over and over and over and just get fed into it until it turns into legendary loot bags. Now, the only problem with the auto compressor is, as you can see, it doesn't have that big of an inventory. So every once in a while, it will get stalled on loot bags, which is kind of a problem, but overall you should be fine. And also you can always make more than one so that it transfers out of that one into this one, or like into another one, or into a crate, which then transfers back in, which would probably be the best way to do it, honestly, to have it so it pulls everything out into a crate and then from the crate back into it. But even then, that's pushing it. Okay, so as it stands right now, that needs power, and I still have a fuck ton of dried zombie flesh on me because the box was full, and I still have a common loot bag. So if we open up the common loot bag, we got 2 wheat. That's why you don't want common loot bags. Like, you get absolute shit from them. Like, very little stuff that you get from the loot bags is actually worth it. You know what? Fuck it. Since we have it, we'll throw it up there. Okay, so that actually cleared out our storage crate of all of the planned stuff that we had to do. So you know what? Let us make some solar panels. Now, the reason why I didn't have this set up is because it requires a lot of math. Because solar panels are one of those things that suck. So you got solar panel 1 all the way to chaotic solar panel. It generates 524,000 per tick. And it has a capacity of like 2 billion, right? And then you go draconic, and then solar panel 8. So if we click on chaotic, you need fusion crafting. Draconic, but as you can see, you need fusion crafting. You also need 4 draconic plates. So if you go to draconic, it requires regular crafting, but it requires wyvern cores and draconic energy cores, which also require fusion crafting, I think. Oh, no, okay. I thought they did, but I guess not. But they require solar panel 8. Solar panel 8 requires 7 end dragon eggs, but the main thing is it requires solar 7. Solar 7 requires solar 7 requires solar 6. Solar 6 requires solar 5. You see where I'm going with this. Each one needs 4 of the tier below it, and it only produces 2 panels. Except for solar 2. It requires 8 of solar 1 and only gives you 1 panel. It fucking sucks. It makes no sense. And it's dumb as hell. Now, to make a standard solar panel, you need 5 wood planks, redstone, and mirrors to make mirrors. You need 3 glass and an iron to make 2. This is why I didn't want to do this in this part, because it requires just so... Like, it's gonna take forever to do this. I don't know if we'll actually make too many solar panels. So, we'll start by making... I need 8 of them to make solar 2. But I need 4 of solar 2 to make solar 3. So I need 4 of these, which means I need 32 solar 1s. Which means I need 32 redstone. So if I pull out a stack, split it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's how much redstone I need. And then I would need 64. I would need 2.5 stacks of planks. So if I just take out a full stack, 1, 2.5 stacks, and I don't actually have anywhere to put this extra wood, so I'll just throw it in there for now. Can the wheat go in there? Sure. Oh, God, I have fucking loot bags in here too? Jesus Christ. Alright. And then I need a stack and a half of mirrors. So which means I need... stack and a half. So if I take a stack of iron and a stack of glass, I'll take 2 stacks of glass. Oh, and I got way more iron than I needed. All right. So I need a stack and a half. So if I do this, right, that'll get me a stack. And then I need a little bit more glass. So if I do that, oh, that should get me the other half. There we go. All right. I think we're good on that now. Put that back in, put that back in, that back. Okay. So solar 1, there we go. We now have 32 solar 1 panels. Now I need... Fuck me. I need pistons. 4 pistons, right? Yeah. I think I need 4 pistons, which is... Okay, 4, 8, 12. 12 planks, which I threw all in here. Sure. There we go. 12 planks. How much cobblestone was that? 4, 8, 16 cobblestone. I have 4 on me. I don't think I have any stored, because why would I when I have so many cobblestone generators? So I need 16. And then I need 4 iron and 4 redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4. For some reason, I always seem to get, like, if I click with an empty hand, I always seem to get, like, an extra 1 out of it. And I hope that was the right amount. Okay, so there we go. Now you now have 4 pistons, which lets us have 4 solar 2. Okay, so then for solar 3, which is our end goal here, I don't generally make anything past solar 3, because as you can tell, it's a fucking pain in the ass. And I'd rather just make a bunch of solar 3s, because they power pretty much anything I need them to, without me having to make like a fuck ton of them. So I have the solar panels, so I need a block of iron and a redstone repeater. Okay, block of iron. Done. And you know what we can do that we haven't really made use of is this, because, whoops. And the block of iron goes there. Boom. And then as you can see, it stays locked onto it, which is nice. Because then you don't have to worry about getting anything mixed up and whatnot. Okay, so then a redstone repeater, 2 torches, a redstone, and 3 stone. Okay, well, we definitely have the stone. 3. Why do I have more cobblestone here? Did I not use that? Did I use something else? Oh, could you use regular stone to make whatever I made? Oh, well. Okay, because I only need the one repeater, right? Yeah, so I need 3 stone, and then I'll need 3 redstone. Go. Do I have any sticks on me? No. Do I have sticks in here? How the fuck do I not have sticks in Minecraft? Like, if there's ever a thing that you're gonna have a bunch of in Minecraft, it's gonna be sticks, right? Okay, so there we go. Got that. Alright, so now we should be able to make the... Oh, fuck. That's why I had the extra redstone. I saw it and I'm like, oh, I must have just fucked up. I didn't actually realize that. Okay, so then we have the redstone repeater, which we'll go and slap down in the middle. Take out some of this. Whoops. Okay, I did pick it back up. Take down the jerky, throw up some more meat while we're here. Stir jerky. Anyway, and then now the last thing for it is photovoltaic cell 1. Now, as you see, as we go up, those also start going up. And unfortunately, look, to make photovoltaic 4, we need 3. To make 3, we need 2. To make 2, we need 1. Which is another reason why I stick with solar 3, because it only requires the first one. So yeah, it requires me to go through solar 1 and 2, but it only requires me to go through solar 1 and 2, whereas anything past that makes me go through solar 1 and 2 and voltaic cells 1, 2, 3, 4, da 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 da. You know, and it's so annoying. Okay, so I need 3 of these, right? So I need 9 lapis and 9 glass. 9. And I know I'll need more glass because I need to make mirrors, but for now, and you know what, I'm going to throw the glass and lapis in there just so that I don't fuck it up. And then I need 9 mirrors, which means I need 10, which means I need 5 of these, so I need 15 glass and 5 iron. Go all the way up to 15. I'm really glad that I made the chicken. It's points like this where you're always thankful that you have the chickens. Because then it's like, I have a glass chicken. Therefore, I don't need to, you know, go and smelt stuff to make glass. I can just make the glass. So there we go. We got 10 mirrors. Take this out. There we go. We got 3 of our photovoltaic cells. So we slap those in the top, and there we go. We have 2 solar panels, which is awesome. What happened to our... Did I actually take all of our energy conduits? No, there they are. Okay, I'll take that out just in case. I don't need you guys. I don't need... Oh, but my chest is full. I need to upgrade that chest to a storage crate at some point. So the first thing we will do, or that we will power, will be our... cloches here. So obviously at some point I'm going to put another one here, because why wouldn't I? But first things first, we will go boop. Oh, and I think I actually will need to make more energy conduits to power them all, because I don't think... Oh, look at that. That does work. That looks dumb, but it'll work. Ah, there we go. See? Yeah. Looks a little dumb, but like I said, whatever works. So there you go. As you can see, it starts to grow. And I like how it has like the little melon and the little pumpkin that grows. But for some reason I'm not getting anything for it. Okay. I don't know. Oh, probably because it's nighttime. My solar panel isn't producing. Yeah. So I think that these are actually might just be going through the motions right now or something. I don't know. It's weird. I've never had this issue before. Yeah, see how it's paused now? That means that it stopped growing. Now, why it wasn't this... I've never had this issue with these before. Now, do you have any power stored? It says you... Yeah, there you go. It says you do. Okay. So what if we take... Because I know that that's worked for me in the past. And the nice thing about it is melons and pumpkins don't produce seeds when they break. Therefore, you don't get seeds from these. Whereas if we throw regular seeds in there, you see it'll start to grow. Oh, there we go. See, and then I get wheat and seeds. So these aren't producing. I don't know. It's broken. I don't know what to tell you. I did that before. It worked perfectly fine. I had a fuck ton of pumpkins and melons. But we still have another solar panel. So we're going to go and power up our compressor with it. Obviously, it's not going to get any power right now. So I'm just going to slap it down there. And then it will power it once the sun comes back. Whenever, the sun decides to do that. But, you know what? We made a lot of progress today. And we're not quite done yet. So we got, as you see, we got a fuck ton of prosperity shards. Do we actually have, what is that last? Quartz enriched iron. Sure. Alright, so now the main reason to do the cloches for me is for the mystical agriculture stuff. Because it's not the best, believe it or not. I know, hard to believe, right? Because all that supremium shit was mystical agriculture. Okay, so what I need is I need a seed. And some inferium, I think I also need. But if we take the seeds and we put the prosperity shards around it, we get a base crafting seed. So now, once we have the base crafting seed, we need inferium to turn it into whatever tier we need it to be. So like, for example, if we want tier 1, we use inferium. If we need tier 2, then we need to make a tier 1 with inferium. See, it's another one of those things that are just annoying as fuck, right? So you take that, you got, boom, you have tier 1 crafting seeds. So now, everything from mystical agriculture takes these. So for tier 1, you can make tier 2 with the prudentium. You can make stone seeds, which means it'll grow stone. Dirt seeds will grow dirt. Nature seeds will grow nature. I don't know, what do these ones make? No, what does the nature clusters make? I don't know what the nature clusters make. So I don't actually know what that one's for. I've never made that one before. Yeah, I don't know. We can grow wood, we can grow water. I don't know how growing water works. We can grow ice, but to grow ice, you need ice. Now, ice might be the one, and then zombies, which I don't know what that does either, but I think we'll go for ice right now, because I know to make ice, you can use mana infusion with snow into an alchemy catalyst, pure daisy, water, snow. But to do that, you need the floating pure daisy, which I don't remember. What? Yeah. How the fuck do you make the floating one? Oh wait, I have that, but that book. Okay, you know what? We'll do that next time. We'll make a dirt one, just because it's the only real way to like auto craft dirt, and I think it just is like this. Yeah, there you go. We have dirt seeds. Haha. So we take those out, take that out, then boop, dirt. Now that will start to grow and it'll produce dirt. And I don't know why these still aren't producing melons and that. You know what? I'll just cut here and wait until it's daytime. Alright, so as you can see, our pumpkins are growing, our melons are growing, and our dirt is growing. Now, I did figure out what was causing the issues last time. As you can see, we now have melons, we now have pumpkins, and we have dirt essence and dirt seeds. Now, the reason it was because they didn't have enough power. Without enough power, apparently they couldn't quite get to full. And if they don't get to full, then they automatically go down to nothing. They reset. So it was getting enough power to get them almost to full, but then resetting because it didn't have enough. Now that it's clear out, our solar panel actually has some charge in it. So I think our solar panel might charge a bit, but I'm not sure with 3 things running off of it, and especially once we get to 4, but that's fine. You can also put upgrades into this, I noticed. But I don't actually know what upgrades fit into these things, so I'll just have to look that up later. So pumpkins and melons obviously work the same as a normal Minecraft. Now the dirt essence. Now one thing about these I don't much care for is you can't put stuff back in. So like I couldn't just like put 4, like I do with the chicken pens, right? I put one thing that I actually want in each slot, and then that's all that I get from it. This one here can't do that. Unfortunately. So once you pull stuff out, you're stuck with it. Now the way you make dirt essence, I do believe it's no, not 4. Oh, I remember now. You make a circle with the essence, and it creates 24 dirt. And considering how fast you get essence, it's insanely easy to get a fuck ton of dirt. And you have no idea how much I wish I had this as I was building all these dirt platforms. And the worst part about it is I'm pretty much done with dirt now. But we have it generated. Now you might wonder why I was interested in getting ice. And the only real reason that I wanted ice is because I don't have any way of making ice reliably. Like, obviously I can just make ice the way I was going to with the pure daisy, but you need to make it floating, which means you need pasture seeds and da-da-da-da-da, whatever, right? We'll work on that next time. But now the worst thing about mystical agriculture and using the cloches is because you always get seeds from it. It's ridiculous amount of seeds. But next time, maybe not next time, maybe the time after that, we will build a seed processor or reprocessor. And what a seed, it requires tier 2 seeds and solium, which we don't have either, and a mystical machine frame with, okay, well that we could actually make. But what this does is, like all those dirt seeds I had, if I put dirt seeds into it, it will just, it'll just give me dirt out from it. And if I put like inferium seeds into it, it'll give me inferium, which will probably be the next thing. That's probably what I should have put in there. It was inferium instead of dirt, but whatever. So next time I'll probably have a few more cloches. I'll probably finish, you know what, fuck it. I'll probably have all the cloches built and set up. Obviously, we won't have the upgrades, but I might get the stuff ready to build the enchanter or whatever the fuck it required to build the upgrades for the transfers. I'll have some more solar panels made. I might have a better way of setting it up because I don't like how that looks, so I might just put like another energy conduit in the middle and put the solar panel on top of it. Really, rain? But we made some progress today. We automated sand purely to get prosperity shards, but as you saw, we got a fuck ton of them now. We got our... Oh, you know what? Now that, actually, since it was sunny out, we should go and check on our thing over here, our compressor, and see how it's doing, because that's right, I did loop it back into itself, and now it does have power, so in theory, it should be working, and it is... Ah, fuck. I know why it's not working, though. See, now that's the issue that I have with it, right? Because whoever made the auto compressor, I'll take this because I don't care right now. I'll put it back in a minute. I just want to get this working. Now, the nice thing about solar panels, right, is that they hold their charge when they're busted. So, like, as you see, its charge is whatever. Bust it up. Throw it up there. Put... Oh, fuck. I didn't realize that was bad. Okay, so place that on there. There we go. Because see, look at this produces RF. This requires FE, so go fuck yourself. But there we go. See, and then it fills up, and it loops around and around, and eventually it'll get stuck. But you know what? I'll come and sort it. As long as you check it fairly regularly, you'll be good. The main thing you need to worry about is how full this gets, because there's a lot of stuff like gunpowder, don't need, got a gunpowder chicken. Rotten meat, don't need, because why the fuck would you? All these bows from skeletons that die in there, string I don't need, redstone I don't need. There's so much stuff that I don't need from here. But, like, I don't know what this does. I don't think you can put a filter on the item collector, because if you could, I would honestly probably just make it filter, like, so it only absorbed loot bags. Oh, we got another bat bag. Bat bag! Yeah. But yeah, as you see, the auto compressor just... And then we're already up to epic loot bags in there. And as you can see, it's emptied all the loot bags out of here. So, for next time, I'll probably get the trash can going. and slap another filter on it to get rid of some of this stuff. I'll probably keep the arrows because it's easier than making them, but I'll get rid of the gunpowder. I'll get rid of the rotten flesh because I don't think I need that for anything. I'll definitely get rid of anything that my chickens produce, or that I can grow myself, like potatoes and sugar. I'll get rid of, I don't know. Should I get rid of the chests? I'm going to use chests for a lot of stuff. But anyway, I'll get rid of a lot of stuff out of there. Maybe I'll try and figure out how the Ender IO thingamadoers work, the item filters work, because apparently if you put a bow into, or if you get one of those to filter out bows, it'll throw out all the bows, not just, not, like, it ignores durability on them, which is fucking nice. But until next time, this has been Minecraft Sky Factory. Hopefully you're all learning a lot. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.